Excuse me, Mr. Tanaka. You're a single father, aren't you? Let us know if you ever need anything. We'd be happy to help.
Thank you for your kind offer.
We're actually going to have a get-together with all the moms soon. Would you be interested in participating? We'd love to have you.
Sorry, but I'm actually pretty busy with work. Damn him! My name is Sumide Tanaka. I'm 31 years old and a single father. I may not look it, but I actually used to be a part of the mafia. A lot happened, and I'm currently washing my feet from that world so I can raise my daughter Ayame with my best friend Angie. I've decided to focus my energy on being a father, so I've been taking part in the PTA meetings at her school, and I've been hoping to make a positive difference in her school life. But it's not that simple. Ayame's class, or rather the parents and guardians of the students, have a lot of colorful characters that cause trouble. Just the other day, a bossy mom was bullying a mom named Botan Shinozaki and looking down on her for being a single mother. So I sent her husband pictures of her having an affair that I took when I was investigating her, and I chased her out of the PTA group.
At this rate, all the other parents and guardians might just disappear from Ayame's school if you keep on dealing with the PTA, just like in the case of the famous detective that has the body of a little boy and the brain of an adult. These incidents might keep on occurring because the detective exists. Aren't those troublemakers popping up because you're there to fix them? It's like the problem of the chicken and the egg. Which came first?
I don't understand what you're talking about, but I get that you're being rude, Angie. Screw you.
I'm just making an observation. You're the one that's weeding out the problems.
Don't say it like I'm the one who's attracting all the troublemakers. I'm just doing whatever I can to protect Ayame from those idiots, whatever it takes.
Alright, let's just leave it at that. So, how did the PTA meeting go this time? Was it a little more peaceful without that bossy mommy?
Well, the thing is, ever since I became a part of the PTA meetings, it sounds like a rumor has spread among the other members and other guardians that a good-looking dad has started to attend the meetings, and a new member has recently signed up to be a part of the PTA meetings, but... It's lovely to meet you all. My name is Katsuo Saiki. I'm Katsutoshi Saiki's father. I heard that the PTA was looking for more dads to take part, so I decided to sign up. I'll be coming to the meetings whenever I can make it.
Oh my God, you're so handsome.
Crap, this is the worst. That man that introduced himself as Saiki looked like nothing but trouble to me. He was dressed up in brand items and had his hair styled perfectly. And it was obvious that he was whitening his teeth. I could smell the money from a mile away. And he was clearly spending all of it on his looks. He was vain and cared a lot about his pride. He was the exact type that I had trouble getting along with. However, Saiki didn't seem bothered at all and called out to me. "You must be Mr. Tanaka. I've heard a lot of rumors about you." Right. We're the only guys in the PTA group, huh? So let's get along. Oh, how about we exchange numbers? Okay. He's really pushy. I thought that I was used to pushy and assertive types thanks to Angie, but I guess that's different since they're my best friend. I don't think I can handle Saiki if they're gonna be this pushy. It's finally over. I stood up to leave as soon as the meeting was over, but the other moms called out to me and stopped me in my tracks.
Excuse me, Mr. Tanaka. You're a single father, aren't you? Let us know if you ever need anything. We'd be happy to help.
Thank you for your kind offer.
We're actually going to have a get-together with all the moms soon. Would you be interested in participating? We'd love to have you.
Sorry, but I'm actually pretty busy with work. I don't have any intention of dating or ever getting remarried. These women are all married and they have their own children, so I know that's not their intention either, but I don't want Ayame to see me hanging out and being friendly with her classmates' mothers, and just make her feel uncomfortable. If you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
Oh my God, the way he politely rejects us is so wonderful too. He really is, isn't he?
Damn him. Hey, Angie, the meeting's just finished.
Oh, I hope you had fun. Do you think that you'll be late home tonight?
Yeah, I think it'll take one more week, but...
Don't worry about the restaurant, I'll take care of everything. So you just do your best and work hard to make some money.
Thanks, Ange. Tell Ayame that I love her and good night.
Sure thing.
Phew, alright. I better be on my way.
So he has a girlfriend?
This is the perfect material to start a rumor. My Katsuo cannon will wreak havoc. What? What the hell is this house? Is he an entrepreneur or something? Just how much does he want to annoy me? Unbelievable. My name is Katsuo Saiki. I'm 35 years old. I'm so perfect and handsome, there was actually a time when I was aiming to become an actor. However, I was destined to take over the family business, and I had no choice but to give up on my dreams. As a result, I'm currently the owner of an established furniture business that's lasted 5 generations. Because I'm so good looking, it's now rare for me to be interviewed by magazines or TV programs asking for my secret to success. Moreover, my wife is a model, and our beautiful son, who is the spitting image of me, has a bright future ahead of him. I don't think that you'll find a family as picture-perfect as ours anywhere in the world. That's why our family has always been the center of attention all throughout kindergarten and elementary school. Always. All the moms should be looking at me and me alone, but now, because of that man…
Hey, honey, have you heard about Mr. Tanaka, who recently joined the PTA? He's really handsome. I was so surprised when I saw him.
What? Yumi used to be a model. If she says that he's handsome, then he really must be as good looking as I am. But I won't lose to him. Yumi, I'm gonna sign up to join the PTA.
What? I mean, I don't mind, but…
Then when I participated in my first PTA meeting… What the hell? Handsome? He's just got a pretty face, what's the big deal? That's right, the man called Sumide Tanaka had an androgynous appearance, but he wasn't handsome. He couldn't win against my traditionally good looks. I'm clearly the better looking man, but why? If you'll excuse me, I have somewhere to be.
Oh God, the way he politely rejects us is so wonderful too. He really is, isn't he?
Damn him! For some reason, all the moms are going crazy about the hermaphrodite. What the hell is going on? I decided to follow Sumide Tanaka in order to find something to use against him, to ruin his reputation. On the way, I caught him talking on the phone with a woman before he entered a large mansion. I knew that I could make use of this material. I could start a rumor saying that he was neglecting his young daughter to go out and spend nights with a woman. Or I could go one step further and completely ruin his life.
Phew, I finally finished cleaning up. Alright, I better go out and get the shopping done.
Mommy, I can help too!
Oh, really? Thank you, Aya. You've been really helping me so much ever since you've gotten into middle school. I don't know what I would do without you.
Yeah, because I want to get better at cooking.
That sounds amazing. In order to get a man to fall for you, you've got to be like bam, poof, pop, grab him by the stomach.
I hope Daddy likes the food I make too. He's been really busy with work every night recently.
Yeah, he has, baby. Don't worry about him, though. It's just temporary.
Really?
Oh, speak of the devil, it's from Sumide.
It's Daddy!
Hello?
What do? The house is on fire!
What? I ended the phone call before I could hear the rest of what Sumide had to say and rushed home with Aya. But the restaurant and house were fine. There was no fire. Huh? What? There's no fire? I don't understand.
I wonder what he is talking about.
Sumide, what are you talking about? There is no fire.
You hung up on me before I could explain, idiot. The place that's on fire is…
You're joking.
Phew, we finally finished today's quota. Sir, you won't believe this. The mansion's on fire. It's burning down.
What?
We've got to get out of here before it comes down. The annex is completely gone in flames.
What about the other men?
Everyone's already out of the building. I knew that you wouldn't leave the building until you knew that everyone else was safe. Let's go, sir.
Good job, I'm proud of you, man. I made my way through the burning building and out to safety. The entire mansion was engulfed in flames and the firefighting team had to rush to the scene. But there was no way we could avoid a total loss. As I stared in awe at the flames licking at every corner of the mansion, my phone began to ring.
Tanaka!
Psyche? Sorry, but I'm kinda busy at the moment.
Is your house burning down right now or something?
Huh? How do you know that?
No, well, I just happened to see you entering a large mansion when I was on my way to do some business earlier. And now on my way home, I was surprised to see the mansion was on fire. I was worried about whether you were okay or not.
Thanks for the concern, but I'm okay. But I've gotta go now. That bastard, he just bought himself a one-way ticket straight to hell.
Sir, you're scaring me.
I'm gonna make him regret that he ever picked a fight with the Yamamoto gang. He'll die 5 million times before I'm done with him.
Whoa, it burned a lot more than I imagined it would. Yeah, it's pretty big, but it must have been pretty old.
Burned a lot more than you imagined? Really?
What? Tanaka, hey, what are you doing here?
Hello, thank you for letting me know how worried you were about me last night. How kind of you.
Oh, no problem. Were you really okay? I mean, it was a really big fire after all. Was the house made of wood or something? The firefighters inspected the scene for us. They say the fire started in an annex near the entrance of the property. It wouldn't be difficult to start a fire by throwing a cigarette butt into the annex from the gates. This is a big problem, and if there's someone responsible for this fire, I can only say that they should enjoy what little left they have of their freedom. What do you mean by that? Well, this mansion doesn't belong to me. That's right, this isn't my property. It's much more important to me than if it was my own home. I'm home.
Sumire, you're finally home. How was the mansion?
Yeah, they finally managed to put the fire out about 10 minutes ago. It's surrounded by a lot of land, so we're lucky it didn't spread to the neighbors.
Oh, well, I guess that's one good thing about the situation. But how on earth did the fire start?
Hey, Angie, I think it might be impossible for me to escape the mafia life.
Why would you say that?
Someone set the mansion on fire.
What?
I have an idea of who did it. That mansion. The boss had the mansion built for the madam. It was so important to us all. The madam's long gone now, but she took good care of me when I was still part of the gang. How is it fair that someone can set fire to it like it's nothing? It's not right.
Sumire, I can tell that he's doing his best to keep his emotions under control so he doesn't wake up Aya. He finally came home at 11 p.m., but we got the phone call hours ago, at around 6. He must have been watching the mansion burn for the entire time, waiting for the firefighters to put it out. I've heard a lot about Sumire's past involvement with the Yamamoto gang, about how he grew up without a family, and I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said the boss and his wife are like parents to Sumire. The boss's wife had a weak constitution, and spent most of her final years in the hospital and living in that mansion. I heard she passed away 15 years ago, but the members of the gang have taken turns to clean the mansion and keep it in prime condition ever since. Even though Sumire has left the gang, the boss has been kind enough to ask him to go sometimes and help with cleaning up, so that he can spend some time in the mansion that he pretty much grew up in. I'm sure that the boss didn't want Sumire to lose the memories that he had in the mansion. They may be a part of the underworld, but they still had a strong bond that can't be broken that easily. Who would do that? Do you know them?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I told you about one of the new members of the PTA, right? The one that's been bothering me every chance he gets. I think that it's him. I realized that he was following me, but he didn't even have the nerve to give me a phone call after the mansion went up in flames. I don't have any evidence, but I'm pretty sure it was him.
Listen to me. You're Sumire, employee of my restaurant. You're not part of the Yamamoto gang anymore. You should be proud of how far you've come.
I am. That's why...
Then are you planning on planting yourself back in the mafia?
No, but...
Calm down and think about it. You've got something more important now, something you've got to prioritize over your obligations, that you feel toward your boss. You've worked hard to leave the mafia for Aya, didn't you? You put in your blood, sweat, and tears, working at my restaurant every day, attending school events with Aya's dad. Don't waste all of that effort, these past few years, for just one impulsive act of revenge. I won't forgive you if you do.
Angie...
Besides, you're not the only one who wants to teach the culprit a lesson, are you? You know exactly who you can call to deal with this for you, without getting your own hands dirty, and I can always help you too.
I guess you're right. There's no need for me to deal with this situation myself anymore. I can ask the boss.
Sumire, I understand that you might not feel good about leaving someone else to dish out the punishment, but that doesn't mean that you can't help with catching the guy who picked a fight with you. Are you a man or what? Am I wrong?
I guess you're absolutely right. That's my best friend for ya.
Then let's show that guy what happens when he pisses off a former gang member and a drag queen. He'll regret ever being born.
The next morning I followed Psyche and waited for him to come to the burnt mansion. I didn't know whether this was the route he usually took to get to work or whether he had to come back and look at the remains of the mansion on purpose. But apparently the saying that a culprit always returns to the scene of the crime was actually true. Once Psyche found out the house he burned down wasn't my property, he began to sweat and fidget. He was clearly nervous.
If it's not yours, then whose house is it?
This property belongs to the wife of the boss of the Yamamoto gang.
Yamamoto gang? You're joking.
Some members of the gang are on their way right now. To set things right, you better prepare yourself.
What the hell are you talking about? You don't have any proof that I did this. You don't even have the right to accuse me of anything if you don't have evidence that I was involved in the burning of this house down. I'll take you to court for damages to my reputation.
Hey, don't you think you're underestimating the mafia?
What do you mean?
There are security cameras on every corner of this property.
No way!
This building has been the target of attacks from factions that have broken off from the Yamamoto family because the boss treasures his mansion. That's why I got CCTV all over the place, and the younger members of the gang take turns to live here and keep it clean. If you want, I can show you the footage that we got from the camera where you lit the cigarette and threw it toward the annex. The second I turned the phone towards him, Psyche went blue in the face and fell to his knees. He began pressing his forehead into the lawn. This brings back memories. I never thought I'd see something like this after becoming a regular citizen. Sorry, I really am sorry for everything that I've done. I didn't think it through, okay? I just did it out of impulse. When I saw how popular you were with the moms and the PTA group, I just couldn't stop myself. I followed you and I wanted you to suffer a little. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just wanted to be a little fire, just a little one. I didn't mean for the entire mansion to be burned down, I swear. It doesn't matter what intentions you had. This mansion burnt down because of your arson. That's all there is to it. No, please! Don't worry, we're not gonna hand you over to the police or anything. What? Really? Thank you so much! Thank you for your mercy! Huh? Oh, you don't understand. From today onward, you're gonna work for the Yamamoto gang until the day you die. You belong to them, and you can never return to your old life again. No! You can't do that! I got a family! I've got a business to run! Please, I'll give you as much money as you want, just let me go back to my family, please, forgive me! This isn't a matter of money. You've wronged the boss and the madam by burning her house down. You should be thankful that I'm not a part of the mafia anymore. If I was, you wouldn't get away with this. What? Take this! Shinjuku Gorilla-style nutshot 24 hits! Phew, this is what you get for angering a drag queen and a former mafia member. Go to hell and stay there.
Welcome home, Sumide.
I'm home. Where's Ayame?
Ayame's gone out to play at our friend's house. She'll be back before dinner.
Really? That's great.
So then, did you get back at the arsonist?
Yeah, I sent him to hell with the Shinjuku Gorilla-style nutshot.
Oh dear, that's gotta hurt. What about his wife and son?
Someone from the gang explained the whole situation to the wife, about how he set fire to the mansion, and how he's become the property of the Yamamoto gang, everything. Apparently, she said that it was better that he just disappeared rather than be arrested and ruin his son's childhood by causing a scene. He promised that she wouldn't make a fuss about it either.
Ooh, that's cold. It makes sense, but I've got goosebumps all over.
Well, his wife is a former model. She must be looking at the bigger picture. It was probably easier to deal with rather than having her cry and beg for them to give her husband back. Oh, and for child support, the gang's gonna make sure she has a large percent of the money of his wages that goes to the family every month. So that must have been a significant factor.
The Yamamoto gang's aftercare is perfect. I could fall in love. Well, I guess Katsuo's got no choice but to work his ass off. How much does he owe the gang?
$700,000.
$700,000? Isn't that going a little overboard?
Nope, the mansion was filled with all sorts of antique items and furniture and ornaments. We lost all that in the fire. Some of them were souvenirs and things that Madam had imported especially from abroad. We're actually giving him a pretty big discount,
Really? It doesn't sound like it.
It might be impossible for me to wash my feet from the underworld after all.
Hey, honey! You're not allowed to say that, okay? Rip your mouth. Think about it. You've done all that you had to do, and you did what you could to get your boss's revenge, right?
Angie.
If anything, you should be proud of yourself for letting him off with just 24 nutshots. Well done. When I was in my prime, if a guy pissed me off, I'd give him the drag queen version of the 100 rending fists. Just like that.
That does sound pretty dynamic.
You haven't killed anyone, and you just dealt an eye for an eye. You sent the a-hole to get the punishment he deserves. That's all, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Thanks, I feel a little better now.
You can always thank me for buying you a Hermes bag,
Don't get ahead of yourself, you cross-dressing money grubber. Of course, Psyche never attended another PTA meeting after that. His wife never spoke about what had happened to him either and just deflected the questions asked. I guess that she plans to get a divorce when she has the chance, and plans to do her best as a single mother from now on. I've gone and destroyed another family. I'm terrible.
Maybe you should change your name to the Sumire Family Breaker.
Oh, shut it, gorilla dresser.
That sounds like I dress like a gorilla. Oh, what do you want for dinner tonight?
You're asking that now?
But you're hungry, right?
Yeah, I could eat seconds or thirds.
You betcha.
It looks like it'll take a little more time to get used to living this way away from the mafia life, but I feel like everything will be okay as long as Angie's with me. But I would rather die than say that to her face, ever.